housing market for an hour.
We're not talking about the housing market for an hour. First off, because here's what I'm gonna say. If we do that, everything's high around here for what you're getting. That's what it is.
Why? That's so stupid.
I don't know. It's because London's a boom town. I don't know.
How is London a
It's about to hit the. It's about to hit the fan.
good? Then I can
London
buy a
is
house on the
honestly
street.
not that bad.
It's
Is it
not.
really?
It's. I don't know.
So
Like
not that bad
housing
for
wise.
prices? Oh,
No, yeah, it's expensive, but I mean I feel like
yeah,
just
I like
about
it.
everywhere is expensive, but like it doesn't even compare to Lexington.
Well, yeah, because you're in freaking Lexington. That'd be like saying, oh, things
Or
in
it doesn't
Middlesboro
even
are
compare
nothing
to like
compared to Louisville.
Winchester. It doesn't compare to Winchester. How about that? Winchester is a lot more expensive than London is, housing
Hon-
wise.
Like honestly, there was a barn house in Berea that had a lot of land and it was pretty good. I'll be real with you. For like 325, for what you got, it was pretty good. I know it.
325 is real expensive.
Yeah, it is.
No, but you got 5 bed, 5 bath, 2,100 square feet. Uh, let's see, how many acres was it? 13 and a half acres. Plus a pond.
The pond is what makes the deal right there.
Shut up! It's cool.
All right, let's do an intro. What's up? This is Better Than Static. I'm your host Tyler, and with me I have my buddy Lucas
Hey,
and my buddy Chris.
Diddly diddly.
I thought you said dilly dilly at first until it registered in my mind. I was like, Bud Light's not an ad. Hashtag not an ad. But you said diddly instead of dilly.
is that from the heavy metal a cappella
That's
band?
Ridley diddly.
Oh, my bad. I just remembered something like that.
Ridley diddly.
Are you looking it up?
Yeah, I am. I'm not gonna share it.
We found that in like 7th grade, I think.
Nah. It looks like I found it in high school because it was only uploaded. It was only uploaded 10 years ago.
Okay. Well, that'd be freshman year of high school.
I think Chris showed it to me. I think it was Chris. I feel
Chris
like it
or
was
Jake
Chris.
showed me. I don't remember which.
It was like junior or senior year of high school whenever I saw it.
I feel like it was like early high school if it was high school. But it was definitely
This
Chris
is-
and Jake at the same time. Were like, you have to watch this. Oh my
This
god.
is great content.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, it's better than last week where you're all just showing stuff in the camera.
But we were talking about other things.
Well,
Where's my jalapenos at?
No, don't put those in the camera. Also, your camera's super laggy, so it's not like I can see it if you do put it up there.
No.
But anyways,
Problems.
Chris, get your grippos out of screens. It's not an ad. We were going to talk about Endgame, but I realized it's not been 2 weeks. And also, I'm pretty
I
sure
also
Lucas
haven't
hasn't
watched
seen
it.
it. Yeah, as I was about to say. Lucas probably
Been a
has not
little
seen it.
busy. I almost went tonight, and then I remembered we were recording tonight, so I didn't go.
Dang it, Lucas. Well, anyways, it doesn't meet our 2-week spoiler thing, because we don't like to spoil things.
It would have met our 2 weeks since it came out on Monday.
No, because that would have been like 1.5 weeks.
Oh, I gotcha. I don't even remember where it came out. It came out last Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Came out a week ago. Okay, never mind. One more week.
A week and a half. Well, it's a
I'm
week right
telling
now,
you,
but a week and a half
the,
when the episode comes out.
The past like 5-6 days have just been a blur for me. So
Because you're in finals league. I don't know how you went back to school. Like, I could not do that. I just don't think I could ever do that.
I don't recommend it. It's not that bad.
Well, I don't think it would be that bad if I had the motivation to do it.
Yeah.
Getting the motivation would be, like, the whole thing for me.
Yeah, it's very difficult whenever I have like, a month off during like a break or something like that from semester to semester. And then like that first like 2 or 3 weeks trying to get back into it, I just don't want to do anything.
Well, I like work life because when I leave work, it stays there. I don't have to take it
Exactly.
home. It's the best
Yeah.
thing. Which I feel bad because there are jobs you can't do that, like teachers. They have to bring home papers to grade. They have to like write letters of recommendation and stuff like that. Which I did write a letter of recommendation, but like it's not a constant thing. That like might be once in a blue moon.
Yeah. And I have to bring work home sometimes. Not very often. Sometimes.
Chris,
I never do.
Okay, I was about to ask.
I'm not allowed to.
Well, that's true. Chris isn't allowed to. I think I could. I don't think they would shame me if I did. It's just I don't want to.
Yeah. I mean, I avoid it like the plague, but sometimes you can't.
Sometimes it just happens, and it's like Vegas. For me, work is like Vegas. What happens at work stays at work. Yeah. But like, well, unless you're like talking about like Hangover, where like Alan's dad is like, except for herpes, those things will stick with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You remember that movie quote?
Yep.
What was that? What's that?
That crap comes back with you.
Yeah. That's like it's like what happens at work stays at work, except for grades. They'll come with you.
Yeah.
What is that noise? Stop using your canned air. That does not sound good with your laptop mic.
They have it. Canned bread.
You made that joke last week.
Yep, I did.
It's a good one. Had to bring it back out.
Yeah.
It's Dobby.
Our audience can't see that. But anyways, Lucas, you should probably start using like the USB thing and plug up your mic. Like that would be amazing because that's what I do. It works so well. It's like a mic is made for it.
I need to.
Yes?
That's all I got. I need to.
Yeah. I would encourage both of you. It would work so well.
My mic's fine. Thank you.
It
very
is.
much.
It is fine. Yours is
Just
yours
like me.
works good. Ooh, speaking of you, Chris, what do you want to talk about this week?
So, I got confident for once in my entire life.
He did. I was very proud of him. Very,
Sunday.
very proud of him.
There was a new face at church on Sunday.
Well, hold on. So, okay. Can I tell most of the story, then I'll let you finish it?
Sure. Yeah.
So, we were singing a worship song, and one of mine and Chris's friends, longtime friends, came in and brought a friend. So this friend that me and Chris had was a girl, and she brought a friend of hers that was a girl. And I see that said girl, and I'm like, I bet Chris thinks she's attractive. And I just look to my left, and Chris is already like eyeballing me, like, oh yeah, you know what's up. And like he keeps like looking at me, and there's a guy between me and Chris, he's a really cool guy. He's new at church, and he's a nice guy. And he just like doesn't know what's going on. But like me and Chris are having a whole conversation in our head, and I'm just like, well, why don't you go do something about it? And Chris is like, well, I might. And then like it's like that back and forth with just looks. And finally, after the worship song, I go, hey Chris, why don't you go say hi after church? And he goes, you know what? I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling confident. And like, so as soon as church gets like lets out, Chris is like zooming out of the pew because he wants to catch her before she leaves. Like dodging people. Chris is like a Heisman running back, like dodging and stiff arming people, like because we sit in the balcony and he had to get to the other balcony and dodge all the people. So he's like Heisman Trophy winner running back right there, trying to get over there to the girl. And then okay, Chris, go ahead.
So I was to introduce myself as nice to see you at church, nice to have you here, blah blah blah. What's your name? Question.
No.
I thought you had a question.
Go on.
We did that.
No.
And,
He was about
I'm
to do
asking her-
something else.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what he was about to do, but okay.
Just keep going.
Okay, and I'm chatting with the other girl, trying to get her involved in the conversation. And then she's like, "Oh yeah, me and my husband. How about I just go jump off a bridge?"
I had a feeling that's how that story was going to end.
I loved every part of that story. But okay, so we've made a lot of content about new Chris. This is the first time I've seen actual new Chris in action, and I like new Chris. I wasn't a big fan of new Chris when he first came on the show because it wasn't a real topic, but now it's creating more content as we go along with it, and I like new Chris a lot. And I'm proud of current Chris that is becoming new Chris.
You're welcome, or thank you.
That works for both because I like the new content, so that's the thank you. Or no, that's the you're welcome, and then me complimenting new Chris is the thank you. Yeah, that works.
I don't know. Like that. I guess if I keep doing that, it's bound to work once.
I mean, shotgun effect. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's not every day that a woman over 6 feet tall walks into church.
there was no way she was over 6 feet tall.
She was taller than me.
Well,
I'm
you're
5'10".
like 5'9".
She had more than 2 inches on me.
Did she wear heels?
I don't know. I didn't look at her feet. I was looking at how tall she was.
Also, the person she came with, is not that tall, and she didn't look that much taller than the person we knew that she came with.
Tall enough.
She was taller than Chris. That's all that matters.
That was the point.
No, when we were at Jordan's show on Saturday, Chris's dream woman walked in the bar. Like, she was actually, she was taller than Lucas. Lucas
She wasn't
is 6.
taller than me.
She looked
She was
it from
not
where we
taller
were
than
She
sitting.
was not taller than me. I walked out behind her. She was nowhere near as tall as I was.
She looked pretty, like she had some height.
It just looks like that because she's a girl.
I guess,
Yeah.
yeah.
You overestimate how tall she actually is.
Like, she had some pretty high heels on, but with the heels and all that stuff, she was probably 6'2", 6'1", 6'2".
Okay.
Pretty safe in that.
Like above average for a girl, definitely.
Yeah, definitely above average for a guy.
Yeah, sure. So I want
Some people have all the luck.
Yeah. What I want said is average height for a guy is like 5'9", right?
Yeah, 5'8", 5'9".
So Chris is above average at 5'10".
Yeah.
Also, we're above average because we're above 6 foot. And like I don't know the exact height that I am. Like I'm somewhere between 6'1" and like 6'4", somewhere in there. I don't know where.
That's a lot of wiggle room.
Yeah, that's a big.
That's 3
gap.
inches. That's like that big. That's not a lot.
That's a pretty big gap in height.
That's not.
You
That's
don't know
not
the
a big.
specific inch you're in.
That's not a big difference. 3 inches
Yeah,
is
it
not
is.
a big difference.
Yeah, it is. Okay, Kirby. What if I told you I was 5'10"? Okay, think about that.
Yeah.
Like I'm Chris's height. Then what if I said I was 6'1"? Think about how big of a difference that is in your
That's
mind.
not that much. It's 3 inches.
But
What
the
if I told you I
sound
was
of that-
5'10", and what if I told you I was 5'7"?
Yeah.
That's I mean,
The immediate thought, at least for me, like at 5'10", I'm thinking of like an average height person, and then at 5'7", I'm thinking of a really short person.
anyways, this isn't this like 3 inches is not that long. Okay, there. That's the title for this episode.
Don't ever do that.
but anyways, that's not what I'm like. That's not what I'm saying. That's what. Quit. Stop with showing pictures.
He's making a funny face. Sorry.
I am. Yeah.
I used a cat one.
Yeah, he was. So I'm somewhere between 6'1" and 6'4". I don't know exact, but I know I'm above 6 foot, and I know I'm not 6'4". So like that's the range. That's what I know.
I'm somewhere in between 6'6" and 6'9".
Lucas, this isn't about you. Shut up.
I'm somewhere in between no inches and 70 inches.
Shut up. What I'm getting at is if you're over 6 foot, does it even matter how tall you are at that point?
If you're shorter than 6'5".
If you're an NFL quarterback,
Well, hold on, why is it under 6'5" that it matters?
I don't know. Kirby, do you know how many times in my life I've been asked how tall I am by just random people?
No, I'm aware of that. And people ask me that too, but it's just because they want to know if I'm taller than they are. And I don't know my height. They told me at the doctor's office I was 6'3". Okay, so that's what I know. It's the only number I know.
You're 6'3".
No, because
Whenever
then
I
they
go
argue
to
it. They automatically argue. They're like, "You're not 6'3". I'm like, I don't know. Don't yell at me.
The last time I went to the doctor's office, the lady had to drag out a stool to stand on, and she still wasn't high enough to read the
I
thing.
can't help that, Lucas. This isn't about you. What I'm saying is if you're above 6 foot and you don't know how tall. Like if I'm over 6 foot and you're over 6 foot, do not argue about who's taller. It doesn't matter at that point. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't freaking matter. We're not in high school basketball. We're not in any basketball because it doesn't like. It only matters if you're in a sport.
Well, I mean, also, like, I went and looked at another apartment last weekend, and I went to go through the door frame, and I hit my head. So that's frustrating.
The door frame wasn't even 6'6".
Well, I mean, I had my boots on, so I was probably around 6'8".
But still, okay, so, like, what's the standard?
Average door frame
7
is
foot?
6'8".
Is it really?
Yeah.
I figured it was like 7 foot.
No. So, like, in your house, right, if you have 8-foot ceilings, the door frame's probably 6'8".
Probably. I don't know. Yeah, there's a foot difference.
Or Yao Ming.
Yeah.
At Samantha's house, there's this one spot, like, coming down the stairs that, like, I sometimes hit my head and I sometimes don't. It all depends on how I slouch.
Yeah.
Because I slouch most of the time. I'm a sloucher. I have poor posture. So most of the time I'm fine. But on the off chance that I'm like stretching, I hit my head. But yeah, I feel... I don't know. Like I said, if you're above 6 foot and I'm above 6 foot, it doesn't matter who's taller. We're adults. That's all that matters is we're adults.
I feel like this is a weird diatribe for him to go off on for like 20 minutes.
It's not been 20 minutes. It's been like 5.
Dude, you're just like we just got off on like you for going from like talking about tall women like I can't believe I'm how tall I am.
I said I don't know how tall I am. I just don't like when people argue about how tall I am when they're asking me and I tell them a number that I was told and they're like, no, you're wrong. And I'm like, well, okay, fine, I'm wrong. I don't care. And then they keep going and I'm just like, this is the only number I know. This is what the doctor's office told me. Okay, I don't know. I
would say you're between 6'2" and 6'3".
Okay, that's fine. And also,
honestly.
Also, guess what? I'm also between 6'1" and 6'4".
That's too big of a range.
I'm also between 5 foot and 8 feet.
Yeah. 3 inches.
3 inches is not
too
that
much.
big. It's not.
I know it's not like in anything else, but in somebody's height it's a big difference.
No, hold on. Okay, so I'm about to pull out the scientific method, okay?
Jeez.
So
Kirby, I don't
6 times
it's a big
12,
difference.
72 plus 1. So 73. So 3 inches divided by 73. That is a 4% difference. In science, a 10% difference is an accepted range. 10%. So suck it.
Okay, so
accepted range of what?
Of so if you're within 10%, your results are scientifically okay.
But those are scientific experiments. This isn't like measurements.
You measure stuff in a scientific experiment, you idiot.
No. You're talking about like your results being 10% within a certain range on either side. That's a different type of measurement than like measuring a length of something.
No, no, it's not.
Okay, Kirby, how about this? So you have a 5-foot plank that needs to go into a 3-foot little like door frame, okay? It needs to fit in between it for whatever reason. You have 3 inches to mess around with that so it fits perfectly? No, you don't.
But this is human being measurement.
Matter.
It's not building something.
It's also not a scientific experiment.
But if it's good enough for science, it should be good enough for my height.
Okay, you're now 10 inches tall.
Yeah.
No.
So what is the 10% range on that, Kirby?
So
like 7.3 inches?
So how I did
Well, let's see, 3 inches is 4%.
7.3 inches, yeah. Yeah.
3 inches is 4%. Then 6 inches would be 8%.
Also,
so
Chris, just
10
divide
inches.
by 10.
Yeah, he did 73 inches to...
I did 3 inches divided by 73 inches. That's what
to get
percent
the 4.
3 is of 73.
Yeah.
That's 70%.
What?
See, I moved the decimal over 1 from the 73, and I got 7.3. What are you talking about?
What do you?
Yeah, that's 10% of 73 is 7.3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, where
What
did
are you
70%
saying?
come from?
Because it would have been, if you moved it again, it's 0.7.
What are you saying?
That would be 1%.
No, because no. Because it's 0.7. 0.7 is 70% or something.
You are correct. That is when it is that. But where is
Then
that
I'm
coming
right.
from?
Because you said
No,
73 inches. Because you said 73 inches. And so if you take the decimal from the 3 and you move it over twice, you get a 73. You get 70%.
No, that's. Oh my gosh.
That's
You're
not how
dividing
math
it by 100, Chris.
Yes, that's how you get 70%.
No.
If I have a 7 and a 3, and I move the decimal over twice, it's 73%. I don't understand why we're getting off the wrong foot here.
No, just because you move the decimal place doesn't mean it's a 73%.
Does it not?
No.
That's how I tip people.
0.73 is 100th of 73. It's
Yeah,
one...
so it's 70%.
No.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong.
Are you trolling right now?
It's 73% of 1.
100, yes.
No, of just one.
Of just 1.
73 is 73% of 100. Is that what you're trying
Yeah.
to say? Because that's a given.
So 0.73 is 73% of 1.
We had 73 inches. So if it's 73 inches, your decimal point's going to be on the other end of the 3.
Yes.
Right.
You move it over twice. It's
You've divided by
73%.
100. That doesn't do anything for you. That's 1%. 0.73 is like 1% of 73.
My tooth hurts.
Your
I think
brain should hurt.
Wait,
This is simple math, Chris.
Yeah, I don't know what your deal
Like-
is.
we have 73 inches.
Can we forget that? Like my whole 3
No.
3 inches difference
Okay,
is not
hold
that
on,
big.
Chris. Chris, let me try to explain this. So 73% is 100%.
No, it's
Okay.
not.
Yes, it is.
73 inches is 100%. 73
Or
inches.
73 inches is what I meant to say.
70% is 100%. Like, no.
Yeah, I would be dead wrong there. No, 73 inches is 100% of the problem.
Oh,
Right.
okay. I thought we were still going out of 100 the whole time.
What?
No.
I thought you were talking about 100.
No, I am. If I
So
am
70
6'1", I am 73 inches tall.
73 inches is 100% of 73 inches.
Yes.
So 70% of that would be like 7 inches. No,
No!
that's not right either.
That's
not right.
10%.
That's not right at all. That's wrong.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. That's what we're saying.
That,
I'm crying. I can't stop
40,
laughing.
it'd be like 49 inches. It'd be like 70%.
Sure, I don't know off the top of my head. I'm
That's
gonna
7 times 7. If 7
51.1 is 70%
Well,
of 73.
Because it was 7.3 was 7.
Yeah.
It was 10%. But I just
70.
rounded it.
Hold on. 70 times 0.7 is 49 is 70% of 70.
I did it.
I don't know why you want to know what 70% of 70 is though.
Because I got confused. I thought we were talking about out of 100. And so when you said 73 and you guys kept saying like, I'm like, it doesn't make any sense because it's 73. It should be 73%.
And
I
this
don't
is what's
understand what
wrong with public schools.
You went to public school. Shut
I'm
up, nerd.
aware. You also went to
nerd.
public school.
Yeah, but ask me the capital of some random country. I got you.
They didn't teach you that in school.
I taught myself that because I am an ambitious young man.
But guess what? I know what 73% of 73 inches is.
Not useful.
If
can't
I
use
have a
that-
plank and an opening that is 70%
That's what
of
we have a
said plank.
ruler. That's what we get a tape measure for.
Yeah, but don't forget you have 4% variance on that is okay.
No, 10%.
10% variance is
Or
okay.
10% variance on that is
Oh,
okay.
10%. I'm jumping out of a plane. If I'm off by 10%, I should still live.
They put factors of safety on everything nowadays. It doesn't matter.
10% is
A lot.
a
It's like
material percentage.
10% is like 70%.
No,
Exactly.
10% is 10%. What are you talking about?
I mean, they're basically the same.
It's 70% of 1,000%.
Also,
And if you're only-
like,
And if you're going 70% on something, you're going 10%.
Yeah.
True.
Exactly.
we're gonna if
110
there are
or
any high
nothing.
school kids
I just
listening,
made
do not listen
new
to,
math.
do not listen to anything we've said.
That reminds me. Have you ever heard of Terrence Howard's new math?
Yeah.
Who the frick is
It's
Terrence
like
Howard?
Howardology or something like that.
It was Carryology.
Teriology.
He was the
that's
first
it.
War Machine. He was the guy from
Yeah.
Iron Man 1.
He was Rhodey in Iron Man 1.
Oh, wait, why is he doing math?
He invented a new system for math, and he is a genius.
Is
Let
it
me find it.
is it
It
the
makes
thing
so
like
much. It makes so much sense. 1 times 1 equals 2.
Hold on. It was a Rolling Stone interview. Let me pull it up.
Because you can't have 1 of something and multiply it by itself and just have 1 of something.
did
have
he
to have
actually say
two.
this in an interview?
Yes, he did.
Chris, you are
Square
no longer
roots aren't a
Hold on.
thing, Chris.
Hold on. I found the article.
I
Hold on.
don't know.
Say it for me a second.
Square roots no longer exist.
I don't
They
know.
don't exist.
Is
Chris.
he like coined this? Is he being
Yes.
serious?
Yes. It
Can
is
I go talk to
teriology.
him and like tell him he's dumb?
No. Because he would blow your mind. I mean,
False.
this is like
Okay,
100%.
no. Okay, this is like I'm a nerd. I'm a nerd. I took history of math in college. But I never really thought about why something to the 0 power is 1 until I got to that class. Like, well, I thought about it cuz I had to remember that.
Right.
like-
you just know it.
But in that class we actually explained it. It freaking blew my mind. So like so you have like 5 cubed. It's 5 to the 3rd power. You know, to get to 5 to the 2nd power, you divide by 5. To get to 5 to the 1st power, you divide by 5. That's 5. 5 to the 1st power is 5.
Yes.
So 5 to the 0 power, you just divide by 5 again, and it's 1. And I don't know why, but that hit me that day. And I was just like, oh my
I could
God,
just
I'm the
see-
smartest man alive.
I could see Kirby like just sitting there and him just like have the look on his face, and
Yeah.
it's just that overlay of numbers just flying past your face. Like, just, I've solved all the mysteries to the universe.
Well, we were doing binary, and I'm like, wait, hold on, what? I'm the smartest man alive. Like, I was just like, it was like I had zoned out or something, and that hit me, and I'm just like, what
You
the
have
frick?
witnessed the Matrix.
Yeah, it's like nobody told me that. Nobody in my whole high school career told me that, but I knew like exponents, and I just
Yeah.
never simplified it instead of it like, so that's actually probably what is wrong with like the public school system is we memorize things that like should make sense. So like 5 to the
Yeah.
anything 5 to the 0, your teacher's like, doesn't matter, it's 1. They never tell you why it's 1. They just tell you
Yeah.
it doesn't matter because it is 1, and then you just memorize that, and then you never actually figure it out until that moment. And it blows your
What is
mind.
this article? Oh my
I think
God.
Chris
okay.
found the article.
He has spent years working on his own logic, which he has recorded in a language of symbols called teriology, which will not be shared with the wider world until his work is patented. Howard believes his discovery will significantly change the way that mathematics is taught for generations to come, and if Pythagoras were around to see this discovery, he would quote lose his mind.
There's
I
no
was
way
like,
if he
here's the
okay
part.
no
I'm getting into it.
okay
No, you sit.
No, hold on, give me a second.
Buckle
give me a
up.
second, let me say something before you go into this.
Okay.
If he thinks 1 time or like 1 times 1 is 2, he should not know who Pythagoras is.
Hold on. Okay, here's a quote from him. I was always wondering, why does a bubble take the shape of a ball? Why not a triangle or a square? I figured it out. If Pythagoras was here to see it, he would lose his mind. Einstein too. Tesla. This is the last century that our children will have to be taught that 1 times 1 is 1. Where's the rest of it at? Hold on.
I'm just glad he knows who Nikola Tesla
How could he-
is.
How can it equal 1? If 1 times 1 equals 1, then it means 2 is of no value because 1 times itself has no effect. 1 times 1 equals 2 because the square root of 4 is 2. So what's the square root of 2? It should be 1, but we're told it's 2, and that cannot be. He told Rolling Stone that he dropped out of college soon after because you can't conform when you know innately that something is wrong. Oh my god, dude.
I'm gonna need you to send me the link to that article.
I want to find the Rolling Stone one, but I'm trying to control F to the really weird quote that I remember. Oh my goodness.
That wasn't the really weird quote?
No.
Why does a bubble become a ball?
Hold on. This is the last century that our children will ever have been taught that 1 times 1 is 1, he says. They won't have to grow up in ignorance. 20 years from now, they'll know that 1 times 1 equals 2. We're about to show a new truth, the true universal math, and the proof is in these pieces. I have created the pieces that make up the motion of the universe. We work on them about 17 hours a day. She cuts and puts on the crystals. I do the main work of soldering them together. They tell the truth from within.
What the heck?
I have created the pieces that make up the motion of the universe. Holy crap.
This sounds like so he sounds like a flat earther too.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
Yeah.
No, because bubbles take the shape of balls.
Oh yeah, so he believes in spheres.
He might be a ballologist.
A ballologist? A ball earther?
A ball earther.
A ball up earther?
Apparently he makes like weird plastic structures by himself.
No, he said somebody's there. He says she cuts out the thing.
I don't know who he's talking about.
I don't know, but there's a she.
Maybe
He's not doing this by himself. But what do these structures mean? Like, how does he know the inner working?
It's Carreyology, dude.
Yeah.
It's the new math.
It's the new
That's
math.
such a wild quote. I have created the
We have so many different titles already, and we're only like halfway through an episode.
Oh my god. What are you talking about? This is such a weird dude.
Yeah.
I am sorry.
Well,
Who is she?
here's the thing. I don't understand why he believes the way that he does.
He has nobody saying no.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
There's an echo chamber.
Okay,
and-
apparently he met his wife also. Walked up to her at a table in a restaurant and said, I don't know if she's your wife and girlfriend, but she's absolutely stunning. And then apparently she replied, that's very bold of you. And he replied, well, only a tiger can approach a tiger. 3 weeks later, they were married.
that's a pretty baller move. I like that line. Regardless of the idiocracy of Terryology, that's a freaking dope opening line. I'm just saying.
Oh, she's the one helping him. Cut and solder the things.
The other tiger is?
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet they do some hardcore drugs.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else. I was like, Lucas, don't.
This is wild. I've created them. Apparently he tweeted like his actual like proof. I didn't read it because some of the words I didn't understand.
I want to read this.
Yeah, I'll
Not because I think I'm
will.
super smart.
I'm gonna send
Because
you.
I'm not.
I'm gonna text you the tweet right now.
Okay. Like, I'm not saying I'm super smart and I know everything about math. But like, I want to know. I want to know what love is. I also want to know what Terryology is.
First and foremost, let us ask the obvious question: is this a finished equation? Yes or no? The answer is no. Let us start our forensic audit there. It is an incomplete equation. Why? Because it's not even on both sides. Yes, nature desires action, but it demands equilibrium. It's do freaking Thanos.
That's why I had to get out of the first Iron Man. He's like, I'm Thanos. I can't, unless you're gonna let me be Thanos, I can't continue being in these movies.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you.
He says, remember the basic laws of common sense in here, by the way.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah. I remember.
If you have to state that this is common sense in your thesis or whatever, like anywhere in your anywhere in your dissertation, you have to say, remember, this is common sense. It's completely dumb because they can't if you have to tell them, hey, this is common sense, it's not common sense because they had, like,
Oh,
you know what I mean?
my
It's not an
God.
effective argument.
This dude is on crack.
Well, we already realized that after he said he knows the inner workings of the universe.
No. Okay, an untruth told to a naive people by someone that they trusted so much so that no one ever thought to question the accuracy and longevity of the system of calculating that was being shared. Even now, almost 6,000 years later, why is it that only I, in the history of recorded history, have ever asked this question concerning an unbalanced equation? An unbalanced equation that has masqueraded itself as the first truth of mathematics for more than 6,000 years, when it could very well be the worst lie ever told in the history of man, with potentially the worst and longest potential consequences. A lie that continues to be propagated by those that worship that false concept and profit from the loss of others.
First off, kids, don't do drugs. But what I
What
want to
in the
know,
world?
what I want to know is what drugs he's taking.
And secondly, what is 2 times 1? Is it 4? Is it 3? Is it
I
2?
think it'd be 3.
He's
But
getting
that sounds like
physics and math
addition.
confused.
Like
He's
why?
getting math.
What?
Here he's go. Somebody said, like, what about? Well, he says somebody replied to his sheet. What about what they say that any number multiplied by itself is or multiplied by 1 is itself? In this concept, 1 times 1 has to equal 1. And he replied, that would contradict the law of action and reaction.
What?
I feel like somebody needs to go up to him and be like, this is 1 pen. I multiply it by itself. I still have 1 pen.
He thinks multiplication is adding because technically you're adding
Right.
stuff to it. I guess that's where he's
Well,
getting
like
confused.
yeah. So like on Lucas's thing, you have 1 thing. You want 1 group of 1 thing, so that's 1 thing. Now let's say I have 1 thing and I want 2 groups of it. I have now 2 things because I had 2 groups of 1 thing.
Yeah.
If you have 1 bag with 1 cookie, how many cookies do you have? Now, if you have 2 bags with 1 cookie each, how many cookies do you have?
Yeah, and that's that is correct.
Oh my goodness.
I think we've exhausted this because like there's nothing I can talk like I don't.
Oh man.
It's just so I don't know. It's so out there and so dumb.
I should change that. I should change my Facebook, like my Instagram bio to like I have created the pieces that make up the motion of the universe. That should be like a Tinder bio.
if you were still on Tinder and Bumble, that's what you have to.
Oh my god.
No,
dude.
what was the big rant you just said? The one where it's like the false calculating or whatever. That should be it.
Oh, that's too much though. I'm gonna change my Twitter profile bio to that though. I've created the pieces that make up the motion of the universe.
You have to have like in your banner photo. There has to be like Terrence Howard has to be in it somewhere.
Nah, dude, it's way better without context. Okay, yeah, that was a weird.
How did we get on that?
Because we had
new
trouble
math.
with me math, and then I thought, ooh, that reminds me of this new math. I want to need to make myself look a little better.
Yeah, that's
That
Chris is
just
like, I
happened.
need a scapegoat. What'd you say,
Like,
Lucas?
That interview didn't happen that long ago, did it?
It was like 2015, I think, actually.
Okay, maybe I just read it here
So
recently.
he's been
I feel like I
studying
read-
teriology for 4 years.
No, he was
like
studying it before
16
then,
years
yeah.
or something like that.
I was about to say if he just started then and then has had 4 years, he probably knows time travel now.
Yeah. 16 years, 17 hours a day.
I don't think I could do anything for 17 hours a day. Well,
I
that's
think I
false.
can
I
do
played
a couple
video games
things.
for 24 hours one time.
But not for 24 hours every day for 16 years.
I think I could do 17 hours of playing video games for every day.
For 16 years?
Maybe not 16 years.
There's
I-
no way I could do that.
It,
I can't even stay awake for 17 hours a day.
Yeah.
That gives
I
you 7 hours of sleep.
I know, I'm just joking, Kirby.
He's not counting his breaks though, because he's got to take a break for lunch and dinner
No.
and breakfast.
You
He's
could eat.
constantly thinking about it.
You could eat and do stuff at the same time. Can you not multitask, Tyler?
Well, if I'm eating a sandwich, I'm usually thinking about that's a good sandwich. I'm not thinking about like teriology. I didn't even know that was a thing until you just said it. How do I not know? Like, I feel like that should be a bigger deal, because at some point we have failed.
No.
We have failed Terrence Howard.
I think it just needs to be forgotten. Honestly, I think it just needs to go away.
No, it's hilarious. I have to keep propagating it.
Well, I mean, as a real, like, we can make fun of it all we
Yeah.
want, but
Yeah.
I feel like everybody should know, including Terrence Howard, that that's dumb. Also, I feel like everybody should know that Flat Earth is dumb. I
Yeah.
also think everyone should know that we've been to the moon. I feel like that's all, like, that should all be a thing. And not because...
Stanley Kubrick directed the moon landing.
It's such I know we talk about the pieces, but the quote is the worst quote. I think it's we're about to show a new truth. The true universal math, and the proof is in these pieces. I have created the pieces. What? This dude's so insane. It makes no sense. The proof is in the pieces.
Can he show me the pieces? Are they physical pieces, or is it
Oh,
like...
yeah.
They're crystals.
They're crystals?
He read the crystals.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh, I gotta tell you guys something. Gotta tell you... That reminded me. Crystals reminded me. Me and Samantha took Samantha...
Crystals?
What?
Did you guys go to Crystals?
No. I'd like... Okay, so White Castle or Crystals?
Crystals.
Either.
100%.
Crystals.
They got dope. It depends on what I'm getting, though.
It doesn't matter. You
they have
could get
good
whatever
chicken
you...
wings at
You
White
could get
Castle.
whatever you want at either place. Which place do you go
You
to?
can't.
No. I'm
But
not
if
saying
I
like
want-
anything. Like anything on
If
their
I want
menu.
pizza, I'm gonna go get a place with pizza.
Shut up.
No,
No.
that's not
That's
what
what I'm saying.
They have basically the same menu.
Yeah.
There's
You
one
can-
key difference between the menu.
Yeah.
What's
you
the
can
key
get chili
difference?
cheese fries at Castle.
White Castle has mayonnaise. Crystals has mustard.
Okay, that's fine. Whatever. But you
get
can
chicks,
order
so-
anything on the menu.
Still.
Which place? Okay, so you go Crystal. Okay, that's fine. That's all. It's not like it's Golden Corral and you get whatever you want. It's like I'm just saying. Like,
Golden Corral is the worst. Never bring that up in my face ever again. You disgrace me.
I just don't like the chocolate fountain because
I don't like
feel
it.
like people sneeze in it a
Golden
lot.
Corral
I've seen some
is
things
why
at the
communism
chocolate
exists.
fountain.
Like Golden Corral is why people hate capitalism. Like legit. Like people that hate capitalism look at Golden Corral and say, "This is why I don't like this."
But what about Ryan's?
They're both dude. Ryan's.
Buffets in general.
Like, Golden Corral is the worst of Western society, diluted into one building. I can't tell you how much I hate
I
Golden
don't know.
Corral.
I think Terryology is pretty much the worst thing of Western civilization.
Golden Corral is such garbage. It's just trash.
Okay, which is worse for society, Golden Corral or Terryology?
Golden Corral by a mile. People take Golden Corral seriously.
I
No
think
one
some
takes
people.
Terry
I think
seriously.
some people take Terryology serious.
Yeah, and they probably eat at Golden Corral.
I bet. Oh my god, I want to go to a Golden Corral and teach people Terryology and see if they believe it or not.
Can you teach something? Can you teach something you don't believe, Tyler?
You're
With-
right.
with-
I can't do it. I want Terrence Howard to go to
We can make TerryCon 2019 in Golden Corral. Bring Terrence Howard to London, Kentucky.
Yeah.
There would be ones of people there, but remember,
Yeah.
1 times 1 is 2, so
Yeah.
it's like double however many people actually show up.
But anyways, back to the crystal thing. Back to the crystals
Sorry.
conversation. And not like Crystals the restaurant. Crystal, like a rock.
Yeah.
So, took Samantha to like one of my favorite pizza places in Lexington. Well, it actually is my favorite pizza place in Lexington. I'm taking you both there. It's really good, right?
Yeah.
This one person almost ruined the whole experience for me. Not Samantha. This one dude. He was like tagging in for this other waiter. Our first waiter was great. Came quick with the water, got our order, got it in super fast. Got our pizza. The guy that then took his place to check on us and stuff, first off, took a lot of time to get refills and crap. I didn't like that. But he had like the most ginormous crystal around his neck. Like, I'm talking, like, I mean, it was like that big. Like, I know audience can't see it, but it was like that big.
It was like between 3 to 6 inches long.
I will fight you. It was probably 2 inches long and like 1 inch wide in a teardrop shape.
Okay, so like 2 to 5 inches long.
Shut up, Lucas.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Dude, well, shut up. But like he had a crystal, like wearing it around his neck. And at two, okay, so there's a couple things.
Did you ask him about it?
No, but I have multiple questions about it, and I'm about to air those out right now. One,
Okay.
isn't that freaking heavy around your neck? Because that was a solid. Like that's a rock. A rock that is that big has some weight.
Maybe it was hollow and made of plastic.
If it was made of plastic, I could see it. But like it looked pretty. It was thick too. It was probably about half an inch like thick.
Okay.
And 3/4 of an inch thick.
3 inches is pretty thick.
No, it's not thick. It's not that thick. But like it was like I'm just like that's heavy. That's got to be heavy. Now 2. Are you wearing it for fashion purposes? And if so, what is the fashion statement you're trying to make? I'm weird? Is that what you're trying to say?
He is centered and at peace. He has seen the inside of the crystal and now understands the very
He's
fabrics
holding
that
the
make up
pieces of the center of the universe. I bet that dude believes in teriology.
I bet he does.
3, do you believe in healing power of the crystals? Because if not, you're disgracing the crystal itself. That was the third question I wanted to ask that dude.
Wait, do you believe in the healing power
No,
of the
I was being
crystal?
sarcastic. I was seeing if that's what he believed and then tearing it down.
I gotcha.
Also, people should realize crystals are dumb. That's the 4th thing that society should realize. 1, teriology is a fluke. Like, I think everybody does. That's pretty universal.
I mean, it's the true universal math. I don't know what you're talking about.
2, the Earth is not flat. It's a sphere. So, yeah. And 3, what was the third one? Oh yeah, moon landing happened. Moon landing happened.
What about the dinosaurs?
I believe dinosaurs existed, so that's 4. I feel like they have fossils of dinosaurs.
Well, you'd be surprised.
I know your dad doesn't believe dinosaurs existed.
Nope, not him. He does.
I thought he listened to Alex Jones and he thought dinosaurs didn't exist.
No, he listens to Alex Jones. I don't know if he still does, but he's been on InfoWars.
But and then like 4, crystals are dumb. So those are the 4 things I feel like society, like if I was gonna influence society in some way, that was like to tear things down that people believe, it'd be those. Quit with the emoticon thing from the screen.
Sorry.
Sorry,
My bad.
Sorry.
Finger slipped.
I can't even talk about anything anymore. Like teriology it bugs me.
Have I just like derailed your entire day?
I think you have. I can't not think about it. Not that it's right and not that like it's based on any true statement, but the fact that he said that he holds the pieces of the inner workings of the universe. Because I just feel like it's a bold statement.
Like if it wasn't real, that'd be a great villain quote in a movie. But like it's a dude in a Rolling Stone interview, so he just sounds like a d-bag.
Yeah. Well, any other philosopher or like mathematician, anybody that did science.
That's still pretty rough. I don't like if
No,
anybody said that, I'd be like, chill.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like no other mathematician or like scientist or like philosopher ever said, "I have the inner workings of the universe. I hold the pieces of the inner working of the." I feel like that's just like that's a bold statement, and if you say that, no matter what you're bringing to me, I already don't believe you.
Fair.
Because that is a D-bag statement.
Yeah, I agree.
Also, it's a D-bag move to wear a crystal around your neck. Like I feel like that's like, that dude derailed my day Saturday until I got Crank and Boom ice cream. Like, all right, we're back on track. Like that's where it is.
Yeah. I mean, Yeah, I don't. I'm trying to think of somebody that could pull off wearing a crystal around their neck.
Unless
Mark
you're
Stoops.
Mark Stoops.
I
What?
don't know if I could. I don't think.
I don't think I
think
could
of
get behind
Mark Stoops.
Mark Stoops if he wore crystal.
Yeah,
Nah.
man, Stoops troops.
And we would
Okay.
all
Hold
start wearing
the-
crystals. It'd be a cool thing.
Yeah.
If you're doing a Milo from Atlantis cosplay, I feel like it's okay to wear a crystal. But that's
Did he have a
What a
crystal?
what a weird reference to bring out of nowhere.
no.
He had a crystal.
He
I
did.
think.
He did because Atlantis had crystals.
Yeah,
I
there
haven't
was the
watched
hot.
that movie since
I-
like the second grade.
I just remember that hot chick in that movie, the white hair.
She had a crystal.
Yeah.
He
Well, if
did.
you're doing her, like if you're no, that sounded bad.
What?
If you're
Oh
doing a
my
cosplay of her, it's
God.
okay to wear a
Dog.
crystal. Something kept brought up about Atlantis the other day in a normal conversation.
How?
It wasn't the city of Atlantis. It was just like the movie Atlantis.
Can I? Okay, I have to get this movie in my head. Is there a mole guy in it that
Yeah,
drives like a
that's
giant
what
trail?
we talked.
Okay,
Did I talk about it with you?
no, that's literally the only thing I remember from that movie. And didn't they have a flying pirate ship?
That's at Kings Island.
Oh, never mind.
It
That's why I
wasn't
was
a
making-
pirate ship. It was some kind of What it looked like was the big whale things that the bad guys like Thanos had that float around and stuff. They had one of those.
No spoilers.
Well, no, this is like it's in the first Avengers. You know the big giant whale things that like Iron Man flies through and shoots up.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Like they had one of those in Atlantis, and what I want to know is did they steal that design from Atlantis? Granted, it doesn't matter because Disney owns both, but I just kind of want to know. But I also want to know is
I
when
think they stole it from. Oh
SpongeBob, the Alaskan bullworm.
no!
they stole
Banjo
it from.
Tooie.
Wait, what?
No, what's that game called? Banjo and Kazooie.
They stole it from Banjo Kazooie. I
Yeah.
thought they stole it from the whale meme, like where they take the whale and they move it really fast for like dang it, I can't think of what it's the song but play behind it. But like they take a whale and it's like moving and then it goes.
I don't know what that was.
I'll find it and I'll send it to you. But
Okay, what was your conversation about?
at some point in the conversation, the person's like, "I feel like you're the mole guy because you're like, ooh, look at this new dirt." And what I think it was, I was talking about something on a construction project, and it's like they had to move new dirt in because the old dirt was bad or something. And I don't know. That's what I'm trying to think. It was very obscure moment, a
gotcha.
very obscure reference. I don't know what it is, but I
Fair
remember
enough.
it. But yeah, Atlantis crystals. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't wear
Hey.
crystals. You'll look like a d-bag.
Wear a crystals box though.
I feel like if you wear a crystals box, that's a new statement. That's a new fashion statement. Because it's like saying, I don't care what you think of me because I just ate crystals.
I've created the pieces that make up the motion of the fast food industry.
Yeah.
And I'm wearing them around my neck.
Way to ruin everything.
What?
I don't know.
I feel like Terrence Howard ruined everything.
Well, I was just scrolling on Facebook and found the weird headline. I'm just rolling in the weird stuff tonight.
Well, what's the headline?
CP found on a man's computer after he spilled gravy on it.
Wait.
I gotcha.
Thank you.
Oh,
Did you see,
Gotcha.
Did you see the Sonic trailer?
I did see the Sonic trailer.
Trash.
It's not going to be a good movie.
It looks so bad.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
watch it
I'm not gonna watch it.
because I played the Sonic games, but I don't
I
think
mean,
it's gonna
I
be
have
good.
no loyalty. I played the Sonic games.
Great,
I have
yeah, great
no
company
to
loyalty for
Sonic.
no reason.
I mean, I like Sega,
Sega hasn't done anything for a long time.
but I like Sonic. I just
Well,
feel
I
like they
mean,
chose.
I guess,
Here's the
didn't they do something recently that was pretty popular.
Ugandan Knuckles?
What?
I thought you said something Sonic here recently that was
I
pretty
think
popular, and I said
I
Ugandan
think
Knuckles.
Sega did something here recently.
I don't know.
I
But
don't
I
know
don't-
either. But they made Sonic look weird. I think I'd been fine with the movie had they not make Sonic so weird. Like Mr. Mime grew on me from the first time I watched Detective Pikachu. Jigglypuff still kind of weirds me out because
But it still looks like Mr. Mime and Jigglypuff.
yeah, Sonic doesn't look like Sonic.
Exactly.
Also, he's an alien.
Yeah, he's always been an alien.
Has he?
Yeah.
How is he not a? How is he? I thought he was a hedgehog.
Well, he's a hedgehog from a different planet.
Oh,
Wow, maybe I'm not loyal to Sega. Maybe I just thought I was. I'm not as deep in the lore as Lucas.
I didn't realize I was deep in the lore.
I never knew that he was not.
Do you know what the whole thing Dr. Eggman wants to do? Like his whole plot?
No.
He uses the forest animal to power his machines.
Well, maybe I did know that.
So he captures them so they have to power his machines.
And that's why Sonic fights him, because that's bad.
No, he wants Sonic because Sonic would be unlimited power.
So really, if Sonic just gave himself up, he'd save all the other forest animals.
Possibly.
Maybe Sonic just is a jerk.
Or maybe Dr. Eggman is a jerk.
He's just, I mean, it's like, here's the thing. Cole keeps
Or
the lights
robot.
on. Forest animals keep Dr. Eggman moving.
There you go.
Yeah.
Also, come on, Jim Carrey.
Yeah, that's not even a good Dr. Eggman. Like, it doesn't even look like him.
I will say Jim Carrey looks like the best part of the movie.
Yes. But he doesn't look like
And
Dr. Eggman.
he does look like Dr. Eggman. Did you see the end of the trailer?
I mean, I saw his mustache.
Like him actually looking like Dr. Eggman? Robotnik?
I saw him, like, on the army base when he was, like, making fun of the one guy.
No, it's like at the very end of the trailer, just for like a split second. Here, I got a picture
I did
of
not
it.
see that.
Okay.
Share your screen, Tori. You can bestow your knowledge on me.
I am.
You don't remember how to do it, do you?
It's sharing right now.
Is it, though?
It's taking a second.
Okay, now it's like my screen's black. Lucas, did you break Skype? There it
I
goes.
don't think so.
Oh, you think it's like maybe a multiple part movie? You
the
think
trilogy.
Oh,
can we not zoom in that close on his face?
Ooh.
Maybe it's a multi-part movie.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he like falls into bad acid or something that makes him. But I actually think
Joker.
like that version of Robotnik is a robot. I think.
You know, you're deep in the lore there, Lucas.
Wow. You pick up some things from time to time.
Well, I've played like every Sonic game and I've never picked up that. I just ran real fast, got rings, and then fought the bosses.
Well, I pay more attention.
Maybe you do. Also, I think this is probably a good place to end it because I don't have anything else to talk
Okay.
about. Like, I don't know. Unless we want to talk more about Sonic? I mean, do you think it'll be good?
They got good slushies.
Yeah.
They do. I got one yesterday. But do you think this Sonic movie will be good?
No, it's gonna be horrible.
I feel like they just had a really good idea of what Sonic should be like, and they're like, no, we're not going to go with that. We're going to go with something that could give nightmares.
I mean, I would agree with that. Like, I don't know how that version of Sonic was approved. I did see where the director of Sonic, I just read the headline, so I don't know how true it is, but apparently he vowed to change the character design of Sonic.
That'd be sweet if he did that.
But
I want Knuckles to make an appearance.
the movie comes out in like September.
I mean, he's got time, I guess.
That's not a lot of time.
It's not, so it's probably gonna be trash if he does change it. But also, I want Uganda Knuckles to make an appearance.
Yeah, that's
Knuckles.
gonna happen.
Or
Yeah.
regular Knuckles just coming in at the end. He's like, "Man, you don't know the way," and then like it ends.
What about
That's awesome.
Shadow?
Shadow would be
Shadows are
cool,
cool.
or Tails. I would like
Bring
Tails.
in Big Cat.
Yeah, Big Cat.
Big Cat too. Yeah, I like Tails. He's my favorite Sonic character.
The sidekick.
Yeah, he can fly, Lucas. He's got 2 tails and he can fly.
Sonic can too.
Sonic cannot fly.
Kirby, are you questioning me right now? Sonic goes Super Saiyan, turns gold, and flies.
But like base Sonic can't.
Sonic can go gold and fly. He can get a Chaos Crystal.
But you know how hard it is to get a Chaos Crystal?
I am lost.
Like normal Sonic can't fly, but like if he does get a Chaos Crystal, that's like an off chance that he's gonna get a Chaos Crystal.
I mean, hey, he may just carry him around. You never know.
Why isn't he using them then?
Because he needs them for special occasions.
All right. Here's a special occasion. We're going to end this episode. Guys, thank you for listening.
What if the Chaos Crystal holds the very fabrics of the universe?
We got to get that Chaos Crystal to Terrence Howard.
I'm sorry. I'm done.
Okay, so we're going to end the episode unless y'all have any other like actual announcements and not like stupid crap.
No, I gotta pee.
Okay, that's a good announcement.
Why did I say that?
I don't know. It's New Confidence Chris. Yeah, but we'll be back probably next week. I don't think we have anything that would keep us from recording next week. So, but if we do have something come up, we won't have an episode. But we might be here. But that doesn't concern you right now. What does concern you is we appreciate your pity and your patronage for listening to our podcast. We love you and we cherish you, and hopefully this episode's been better than static.
Wow.
Bye.
Hey, what's going on, Carrington?
Hey, Kyle. Nothing.
What's that? What are you listening to?
Only listen to the greatest indie gaming podcast of all time, Real Dudes Podcast.
Hold on. Real Dudes Podcast?
Yeah, you heard me right. Real Dudes Podcast, the greatest place to find indie reviews, interviews with developers, composers, journalists, and so much more.
What? Oh, hold on. Where can I listen to Real Dudes Podcast?
They have a website at realdudespodcast.com or even your favorite podcasting apps such as iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Podbean, and much more.
Okay. Well, now that I know about Real Dudes Podcast, I am canceling all of my plans. I'm skipping work, and I'm going to just go and listen to them.
Dude, that's what I did.
Real Dudes Podcast, the greatest indie gaming podcast of all time.